Welcome everyone to an unboxing. So today, as you can clearly see, it's a Necromunda box and it's the Hive Scum. So the Hive Scum is a 4 model kit, but Games Workshop used to make a kit with all these guys with all 12 different options. That was a very affordable box, so please Games Workshop bring that box back, whereas this box is probably about half the price of that box, and it's got a third of the miniatures. So yeah, I mean, they were about 30 quid before, now it's about 12 to 15 quid. So yeah, which is a shame really, because inside the box you get some cracking models. I'll zoom in just a little bit, but here is some examples of what you can make. So the Hive Scum, for those who don't know, are the models you can buy for your gang that are really cheap. So for me, I'm using Goliath a lot, and without any weapons, my Goliath basic gangers are probably twice as expensive as these guys. But these guys can't level up, they don't ever gain any XP. Your opponent doesn't gain any XP from killing them, so that's a thing. At least that's an option. These are basically cheap meat shields, so why not pick them up? They also make for very good civilians as well, so you could have them just on your table. They look great, and if you're playing certain missions, civilians can react as well. So they can shoot the nearest model, they can run away, you might want to escort a model off the table. So let's get inside the box. So you get your 4 bases, classic Necromunda bases, and this lovely sprue. So what's the best way to look at it? This way around looks pretty good. So nice shoulder pads there, lovely detail, padded armour, classic auto gun you might find on Chaos Cotis. Las gun, chainsword, shotgun, las pistol, flail, nice little axe there, some grenades. So these guys are pretty nice. So you have 4 basic bodies, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and a couple different options. So you know straight away you have a head there, and you have another 5 heads there. So there is some options in this kit, so they don't all have to look the same. So if you do pick up a couple boxes of these guys, you can customize them quite well. So you can swap out the bits, so none of them should look the same. And also they do swap quite neatly with a few of your, let's say you're playing Orlok, for example. The weapons could fit quite nicely with them, the heads can fit quite nicely with them as well. Same with your Escher, things like that. Goliath are a bit chunkier, but you know, your basic human shape, these guys, the parts will interchange quite well. So with one of these boxes, I'm just going to assemble them as they are on the front of the box, and I'm going to start converting some other Hive Scum. So in my next lot of videos, I'm going to do a couple of examples of what you could do. A quick way for customize some models to have under Hive. And in another video I'm going to do after that, I'm going to do a video that's a bit more in depth. So I'm going to do like a cheater's way, where you just have to get some of these bases and stick them on some models and show some examples of what looks really cool. And then I'm going to go through a video on some heavier conversions. I don't mean like it's going to be half green stuff. You might find a little bit of green stuff filling in the gaps. And I'm going to use all Games Workshop products. So I might use a Genestealer coat model with some Militarum stuff or Scutari stuff. Start doing some customization. You don't need it to play the game, but I just think it looks cool. Sometimes you do need some Hive Scum in your gang, because I had 90 points back along and I couldn't buy a Goliath model and equip him for 90 points that I wanted. So I got 2 Hive Scum models, both with auto guns. They were dirt cheap. They're 45 points each. So that was points well spent, credits well spent for my gang. And somehow they're still alive, and they do better than my Goliath half the time. So they'll be on some battle reports soon, I'm sure. But yeah, it is a lovely kit. Usual Games Workshop standard. I do like the padded armour there. Some raggy clothes. So with your customization, anything remotely grimdark works so well for these guys. So pretty much any 40k generic looking humanoid, from your, like I said, Chaos Cultists, even Beastmen look pretty cool. So stuff that you might find in Blackstone Fortress boxes. There's a couple of kits out there that have come for Blackstone Fortress, like the new Cultists that work really well. That specifically were originally for Blackstone. Some Traitor Guardsmen, wouldn't take much to convert them to look like they belong to Necromunda as well. So it's a very short video, and I really do like this box. I'm not dissing this box at all. It's just the fact that there used to be 12 in a box that Games Workshop used to sell, and now there's only 4. And it's basically just 3 sprues of this, so you really could get some great conversions out of it. So like I said, a simple head swap. Wouldn't take very much at all. That looks quite Escher-esque anyway, with Diddy Mohawk. Some nice hoods, things like that. A bit of green stuff. And, you know, there really is no end to these guys. So I really do like that guy there. It looks like he's got some mining kind of styly armour. It's quite nice. So that's a bit more Genestealer coat like. Yeah. And that one there, a bit like it as well, apart from the symbol on the chest. So just assemble these, paint them up, put them on the table. Maybe pick up another sprue in future and do some conversion work with them. Yeah, these guys, they have 1 wound apiece, and there may only be a toughness of 3. So slightly squishier than my Goliath. They are a little bit faster, and they're an inch faster, and they seem to be better at shooting. But yeah, like I said, they are dirt cheap. So yeah, it's always nice to have a few scum on your team that you don't care about. Great for grabbing objectives, maybe not for killing stuff, so they're not going to get that experience, so they can start leveling up. But it's nice to have a few on your team. Lots of meat shields. But this is the first lot of my Hive Scum videos. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you're staying safe. You wonderful people.